Hello. Testing. Am I on? I think I'm on. Hello, folks. Sorry about the slight look of puzzlement there. I started the stream thinking, oh, I'm ready to start. And then as soon as I started the stream, that noise happened, that kind of noise, and my fans just completely stopped. The computer went completely silent. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. What happened here? Is the cooler disengaged or something? It is whirring a little bit now, but we'll see what happens. If smoke billows out at the back of the machine or something seriously wrong. Anyway, good evening, folks. Welcome. Yes, technical difficulties always plague me. Even sometimes it's not even my fault. sorry for the later start. I've been having such a relaxing day today that things have kind of just overran some of the tasks that I've had to do. Things are going to be very busy for the next 4 weeks because I've finally decided to bite the bullet and get the garden done, which is not going to be a small task. It's going to be a big job. I'm not going to do much of it. don't gardening, but yeah, the running around and having to organise quotes for people to come, and that's all starting now, and you know, the pitfalls of that. Happy days. So yeah, I decided today was the day. I bit the bullet. I thought, you know what, I've looked at this garden long enough. This jungle has to go. I want a lawn, I want a patio, I want this, I want that, I want this gate doing there, I want this doing, I want fencing doing. I've got it all planned out in my head. And then I saw the estimated cost, courtesy of AI. I took pictures, this is what I want, explain what I want, you know, blah 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 blah. How much are we talking roughly? Ballpark figures here. Spat it out, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, if we take this bit out, we take that bit out, what about now? Well, that's a bit better, but I thought, well, if you're going to do a job, just do it properly. Just do it properly, first time of asking. Music is a bit loud. Do you know what's happening? I think there's something wrong with my microphone because it didn't pick something up earlier. Bear with me. The music is no louder than normal, but I think my microphone has gone a bit faulty. Bear with me. It's not on that side. I don't think it's the music, I think it's my microphone. Let me go to sound settings. Because I was doing something earlier and it was... Yeah, look, the microphone volume on the test your microphone is very, very, very quiet. A bit of reboot. Testing. Oh, it's a connection. Hello? Oh, it's a connection. I think this is better. Hello? Testing. It's the connection with the wire. As soon as I moved it. Oh, it's the wire. The wire's faulty. Hello? Testing. Test. Hello? Hello? Oh, there. Hello? Oh, I need a new cable. Looks like I need a new cable, people. Hello? It's going to different levels. Hello? 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 Oh, hello? This is going to be a stream of me just saying hello. Testing, testing. Where do we get it when it's its loudest level? Oh, hello? Hello? Bloody work, you damn machine! How's this for level? Is this? I mean, it's still not as loud as it should be, but it's better. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get a new cable. Happy days. Happy bloody days. More expense. Paying for a garden here. I think I've got money to burn on microphone cables. Having a laugh. Right, I'm going to turn the volume up as much as I can on Windows. Hopefully it won't. There we go. Testing, testing, testing for sound quality. Hello, 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 people. Speak to me. Oh, how's that? It's good. I don't think it's still normal level. So I'm going to try and get a new cable. Right, bear with me. I can boost the signal from the end of here. Boost that to 8. How about now? I'll have to talk a bit louder. Right, let's try it. Let's try it. What an absolute farce. I don't want to play with it too much, but it might go back really, really quiet again. But this still isn't as loud as it should be. Anyway, we're trying to get on again. It's already 8:30. Right, as soon as the music comes on, we'll get the music tweaked to the appropriate level and hopefully we can start. And then I've got two choices. I can buy another USB type cable for this. In fact, any USB cable would probably do, or would it? Does it need a specialist cable? Hello? Yeah, it's still not as loud as it should be. And still not a level I think we could happily play at. It needs... Hello? Oh, there, is that better? Hello? It's like it needs to be at a certain level. It's supposed to be a better quality cable for the microphone anyway. Hello, over there? It gets to a certain bit and it's like... Oh, there! Leave it in this position. Hello? Oh, you like this position, don't you? Right, very good. Stay there. We've got the Nirvana. Do not touch the microphone. Are we still good now? We're good now. We're good now. I can see the volume levels. We're good now. Nirvana has been reached. We've reached Nirvana. Right. The cable is definitely failing. I mean, how long have I had this? I think it's about 4, 5 years? Right. So we've loaded the game sound. The microphone is still not booming as loud as it can do. It's gone. Look, it's going quiet again. Let's see if we can get a bit more. A bit greedy. Hello, testing, 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 testing. Hello, hello. This is where you shouldn't touch it. You see, isn't it? You get greedy. Hello. That's oh, 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 oh. If I shout, this is as best as it's going to get. This is as loud as it's going to be. I think we've found a bit of a happy medium. Hello, Cham. You've not missed much. We've not started yet. I've got a microphone issue. The cabling is knackered, basically. I need to get a new cable. So yeah, right. We can start now. Actually, it's almost like should we start? By the time I've no flu plan today, obviously I had loads to tell you. Obviously, beat Wales. You come back from A&E. Gallbladder. You don't have to speak to me about that, Cham. I know exactly the pain. I suffered with it myself, if you remember. I'm going to spend the rest of the stream looking at the volume of the microphone because I think it just goes quieter and quieter. Anyway, hope it gets better soon. It's agony when it flares up properly. That pain. I mean, I wasn't on morphine, but yeah, I had to take codeine and paracetamol and IBS medication. Ollie, see you later. Sorry you didn't get to see anything other than the usual technical. Yeah, look, the volume isn't right still now. It's still on the quieter end. It's nowhere near the yellow. Usually, normally I just talk just normal. It gets at least a bit to the closer to the yellow. It's really annoying the hell out of me. Hello. There it gets. It's there. There's the happy spot. There. Hello? Oh! Oh, there we go. Even closer to my mouth. That'll have to do. Right, this is as good as it's going to get. The webcam resorting. That's too bright. Bear with me, folks. We'll get some gameplay today, you know. I was about to give up the ghost and say, "Go, guys, we're going to have to see you Tuesday." Because this ain't happening. The gods have conspired against me today. For whatever reason, I must have blasphemed 20 times. Right, there you go. It's as good as we're going to get on the fly. Right, are we all present? Is everything working? Is the game music still too loud? I mean, obviously I'm not blaring at full guns here, so... Oh God. I'm about to give up the ghost here, honestly. That's the volume, music volume. Let's take the music volume down a touch or two. 80% will do, let's try that. Right, how are we now? Yeah, I'm still not massively loud, but this could be as good as you get. If I have to project for the entire session, it's going to be a very irksome. Because talking normally doesn't seem to be that loud. Hello? Hello? Come on. Work with me, goddammit. How's that? Can't believe this. I'm trying to think, have I got another cable that might work? Let me find so There it is. There's the spot, you see. There. It clicks in, and then I can see it. And then it... There. Hello, testy. Muted there for a minute. Oh, there! I got it! Hey! Don't move! I mean, it's in a weird position. But if we stick right there, don't move it, we might be alright. Hello! Yeah, it's working. Hang on. Oh! Oh, hello. Move it now. Oh, we've lost it, I see. If we get it in the right position, we might be able to get an hour's goal at least. Come on, team, we can do this. I had it. There! Oh, got it! This is it. This is the best it's been. We've got it. Hello? Is it? Oh, it's fading. You see, look, it goes in and then it fades away. Oh, but this is as loud as it's been. This is as good as it's been. Are we in? Oh, we're in. Right. I can't touch it now. No touching. Can't touch this. Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome at 2037. This is normal level. I can put the game sound up a little bit now. I'll just turn the music down separately. Today. If I go quiet, let me know. I don't want to be watching the fader for the entire session. I'm putting the volume at 60% for the music. Right, everybody that's left, all three of you probably, who's persevered through that introduction, welcome back. Welcome back to the land of the war-torn. Right, I'm going to be going till 10:30, so we've got 2 hours to be fair, so, you know. These trials are sent to test us. Now, I don't know how much you got on my intro because you couldn't hear me very well, but I was just basically saying that I was late because I've had a lovely day, I've been very relaxed, lost track of time, but I also had some stuff to do because today was the day that I finally decided, having looked at this garden for months and if not years, got the fence done last year and intended to get the rest of the garden finished not long after the fence was done, didn't do it, it's getting done before my mum's birthday. In 5 weeks. I've got the vision of what I want to happen and it's not going to be cheap, but I thought just do it once, do it right and enjoy it for years. You spend money on holidays and for a week or for 2 weeks of pleasure. This, if it's done, can give you months if not years of pleasure, so just bloody do it and have done with it. And so yeah, got phone calls to make, quotes to get and all that fun and games. So yeah, I'm going to be very busy over the next 3 to 4 weeks, but it'll be fun, and I hope at the end of it I'll have a lovely garden that I can put on the Discord, take pictures and be proud of it, because if I took pictures of it now I'd die of embarrassment. It's an absolute disgrace. So yeah, that's why I was a bit late, and then further late because of the damn technology. But yeah, I need to get a new cable, and I thought, oh, I've got a USB, I thought I'd get a USB cable and plug it in. It's not even a proper USB cable, it's like a specific USB. I've seen them before. It's obviously, you know, for microphones and whatnot. You can't use a regular USB cable or a USB-C. It's its own specific connector, which is lovely. So I'll have to get a specific one that works. But, you know, I'll find one. Hopefully for less than a tenner. Otherwise, it's an XLR connector. as the next alternative solution, which actually is a better connector. Might get better sound quality, who knows. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Right, anyway, we're gonna crack on. It's really bizarre because I've kind of it's really bad to say. I've kind of almost lost the mojo now because of that introduction and that faffing about. It's took me out of my mantra, took me out of the zone. I was right in the zone, ready to crack on, and now this has happened. I've eaten and everything. I'm pouring myself a glass of Baileys to enjoy whilst, starting the game. The Baileys is gone. I barely remember drinking it. And here we are. Right, so we left off. Let me get the right AI chats on here. Bloody hellfire. So, episode 4, Measure of the Man begins again. Right, 4th of February, 869 apparently. It is indeed. So first of all, thanks to the geezer who I haven't seen this evening, but may watch this back, for recommending in the last session updating the game save to see if AI could read the game save to get a lot of the information that I previously was putting in by doing screenshots and answering questions, which took about 3 hours after the end of episode 2. It did read the game save, and I didn't need to send a single screenshot, and it took half an hour. So Nagisa, thank you very much. You've shortened the time it takes me and the ease with which I can update between episodes the source documentation. So that's that. Couple more housekeeping, and then we're going to get straight into things. Is first of all pacing. I'm quite aware the last session was very RP heavy in terms of the reading of the stuff here, and I don't want it to overtake the series, but the series is focused on the character development. You've probably a lot of you have watched people play this several times. I'm very late to the piece, of course, so I don't want to just be another adventurer clicking through the random events that happen. That happen. Once you've seen 2 or 3 of them, you've seen all of them, haven't you? So I'm hoping this brings something a bit different. So although we might not advance very far in the time and very far on the map itself, some sessions, we're advancing the story and the relationships between the characters. So I hope that's coming through. But I don't want to spend too long doing that. We do want to advance things, of course. So that's the second thing. I'm trying to find the balance. We'll get there. To help with the balancing, I have asked our AI friend to not go so long on the descriptions, because what happens is we're adding more followers. Both your followers now in the game, and Baz, yours is coming soon, I hope, and the characters that we're naturally getting. And therefore, when you do something in camp, it chirps up for everybody, or a lot of them. And so I'm like, no, just 2 or 3 people are more than enough to chirp up. Preferably ones that would most likely want to chirp up on the subject, rather than having everybody's input. It's just too long. So hopefully the narration bits will be a little bit more crisp and shorter to help with that side of things as well. And the final thing that I've asked AI to do, so this is a developing thing. So by the end of this series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse engineer a system prompt to basically package everything that's developed in the source documents and the rules and how this series has been played into a single prompt or a series of prompts that you can cut and paste into your own games and have it all set up with the click of a button. Make it very easy. And for my own use, if I want to input that into future playthroughs and future campaigns, I can just get, boom, 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 job's a good one. So the end state will be the sum of lots of little tweaks and changes to things as you suggest them, as people have, and you're suggesting using the character's attributes to how they actually respond in the role play. Some more articulate than others, for example, was a good suggestion. So yeah, by the end of it, we'll have hopefully a kind of a developed set of rules and set of prompts and set of ways that this works. That's a lot of fun and can be used, for your own games if you want to have a play around with it, because it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun using AI to help with certain things. I just want to say also that this is not going to be all series that I ever do going forward, by the way. It has its limitations as well, but it's been fun so far. Anyway, so that was the other thing, and the final bit of housekeeping about the behind the scenes and the mechanics of things, and then we'll go in, is I have asked it to treat followers when we come across them as followers, as people, and we'll, based on their stats, traits, and how we interact with them when we speak to them and try to recruit them, they will, or our DM friend here, will decide whether or not that follower will actually join us. game mechanics wise, you can just click hire and pay or not if they're free, and they come. Whereas now, they might turn us down, and therefore we can't get them. So just because somebody, oh look at him, oh I can afford to buy him, and look at that, oh he's got all the stats in the right places, prowess 20 and all the rest of it, oh he's coming, yeah, let's get him. Actually, we're going to convince him. We're going to convince him to join somehow. If you don't like your party, he ain't joining. So I thought that was a nice little extra bit of twist to things as well. So we'll see how that works out. But anyway, there you go. That's housekeeping. That's how the series is continuing to develop, and we shall crack on as we mean to go on. So I have to remember the camp people first. So we've got 169 coins. Enough coins to maybe get another building if we want. Camp building, but not just yet because we're going to be on the move. We're going to move. We're moving home. Where are we currently? We're going to move from Leeds, we're going to move all the way down, more than likely, to this little place here, in Mercia, their capital. What is this place called? Warwick. Never been in real life. Probably a good place. Warwickshire. Not Yorkshire, obviously. Because Mercia is the place where we have the most ties. Theobald quite agrees, a good recommendation. Was on the same page. We've got a couple of patrons in high places in Mercia, one of which could become the petty king of Mercia if the current ruler died. So strengthening our ties down here seems like a good choice. And look where all the contracts are, right next to Mercia. So we can dip into Wales for some stewarding and diplomacy type contracts, spread our wings, put our feelers out over there, see what's happening in Wales. I've just come back from Wales, lovely place. So yeah, that'll be fun. So we're gonna head down to there and put ourselves up there. But before we move anywhere, the elephant in the room. And this is how we're going to start the session. So we're not moving anywhere fast just yet, but we will be moving once this is finished. The trial of a certain potential accused cannibal needs to happen before we move anywhere. Theobald was tasked to go and get evidence, use little birds and spiders as appropriate to gather as much information as he can, to assist us in our investigations to see whether or not we know mechanically he's a cannibal. I cocked that up because I accidentally pressed the wrong thing. But is known that he's a cannibal, but he's not publicly known. We know, but nobody else knows. That's how the result of me misclicking was. So we know he's a cannibal, but the roleplay we don't know because he denied it. So we're going to have a trial and we're going to see whether or not we can actually get him to confess. It's going to be the opening gambit to this. So we're going to have a bit of a camp session there, and once that happens, depending on the result, there'll have to be a consequence, and then after that, we're going to move. We're going to move. We're at the road, Jack. We're going to Warwick. Sightseeing time. So that's the order of business, and then we'll take it from there. So I hope you're in for the ride. So before we do that, just a couple of things. Let's take a quick look at our actual followers that we've got in the game. So Kinnereth joined us. A giantess of a physician was there. She's come along to accompany the other giantess. The other giantess being Egriff, something Riff, Egwin, yeah. Oh, the music is still too loud. I'm 26. Games, my headset sound is 26. That controls the volume as well, but the music still needs to come down lower. Try 40%. I think my microphone is not as loud as it was, but I have to still talk a bit louder. How's that? Oh, it's just this one particular track. We can select music, right? Take this one off. Right, anyway. So that's where we are. Egfrith, we called Egg. I forgot in the chat that Nagisa had already coined the nickname for her, which was Purdy, based on This Is the Police and the big unit that was Purdy in there. So we're going to rename her she'll be happy she's having a second nickname, overriding the first one. And she will have not a clue what Purdy's about, but well, she'll have to like it or lump it, won't she? Saying that, she's a giant and she's very good with her fists and weapons, so we'll have to break it to her gently, I think. But anyway, we've got things to do, so without further ado, we're going to crack on at 2050. We've got an hour and 40 minutes of gameplay here, and we've got a trial to organise. So whilst we were touring Mercia with the census, in that time Theobald has been busy. Hopefully he's got the evidence that we need, but we'll find out soon enough. 4th of February 869. It's time to move camp, but before we do, we approach Theobald. And we ask him whether or not he has managed to procure the evidence we asked him to seek and find in relation to the allegation against Binyamin. That's the fella. Against Binyamin, this whole cannibal nonsense, or is it a nonsense? Could be truth behind it. We don't know yet. But yes, we sit down Theobald away from the camp and ask him to go through what he has found. Hello, Liv. You've joined at the perfect time because we had nothing but technical issues to start with, and we've now only just started playing the game. Oh dear. Right. Theobald, you better not let me down, my friend. Telling you now. Or maybe if he's not found any evidence, maybe there's no evidence to find. Right. Let's remind ourselves who our officers are. Kinnerif, Seinberg, Cyborg, Caravan Master, the Stooge, good old Aelfwine, Twinkle Toes. And we've got our bodyguard with Fred. Right, Theobald waits until the two of you are well beyond casual hearing before opening the leather case containing his notes. The position is frustratingly simple. The accusation remains unproven. His own dossier records only that Binyamin possessed and concealed the parchment. Its truth, authorship, motive and connection to any earlier event remain unknown. The little birds were instructed not to turn suspicion into fact without either physical provenance or corroboration from independent sources. Theobald looks almost apologetic. I have something to report, Master Damian, but not what you had hoped. He places the parchment between you. My birds have brought me nothing I am prepared to call proof. Nothing? Nothing that survives examination. He taps the document. This remains our strongest piece of evidence, and even this proves only that Binyamin possessed an accusation against himself and attempted to hide it from you. Theobald has deliberately set a high threshold. 2 independent sources or identifiable physical provenance before the allegation should move from suspicion towards belief. I cannot name its writer, I cannot tell you who delivered it, I cannot place another witness beside the accusation, nor can I presently show you an earlier accusation following Binyamin from elsewhere. That absence does not clear him. But neither am I going to take 5 men into the camp, tell them to find a cannibal, and congratulate them when eventually they find one. So we confirm that we are exactly where we started. Not entirely, says Theobald, and then closes his case. We know what must happen next. Binyamin. Yes. He speaks more firmly now. Ask him where the parchment came from. Make him give you a name, a place, a circumstance. Ask why he possessed it and why he hid it. Ask him what he was writing when you entered his tent. Do not ask him merely whether he is a cannibal. He has already denied that. Give him details he must account for. I look back toward the camp, and if he refuses? then refusal becomes information. Not proof of cannibalism, but evidence that he chooses concealment over the chance you have given him to clear his name. He gathers his scrolls. My advice has not changed, Master Damian. Question him before we move. Once this camp is broken and every man takes to the road, witnesses scatter. Stories change and secrets become much harder to pin down. Right. I rise. Nothing. No miraculous witnesses, no blood-stained knife, and no convenient answer. Only uncorroborated parchment. And Binyamin's fear. Thank you, Theobald. I rise and head towards Withers. We have a task to do. I have come from Theobald. Nothing of major import or damning evidence-wise against Binyamin, which means that the only line open to us is questioning. So, me and you are going to go and question him. You shall take the lead. I shall take a step back to allow me to analyse and assess what's going on. I will chip in as necessary, but between the two of us, we shall hopefully at least question him appropriately and decide whether or not he should remain with the party. I can barely hear the music. It's gone a bit dramatic, hasn't it? Withers listens without interrupting, his face tightening slightly when I explain that Theobald's search has produced nothing decisive. So we've got the letter, him hiding it, and his word against it. That's about the size of it. This is pretty out there, isn't it? Withers looks across the camp towards Binyamin's tent, and we ask plain questions and make him give plain answers. He does not sound angry. If anything, that makes the moment heavier. I'll lead, you watch him. That suits Withers perfectly. He's not interested in clever traps or scholarly argument. His strength here is practical judgment. Ask what happened, establish what can be checked, and notice when the answers stop making sense. The two of you cross the camp together. Binyamin is outside his tent when he sees you coming. His eyes move first to me, then to Withers. He understands immediately. Withers stops several feet away. We need to talk. Binyamin's expression becomes guarded. I assumed we eventually would. Inside. A short while later, the three of you sit within the tent. I deliberately take the quieter position to one side. Withers remains opposite Binyamin. No parchment is dramatically thrown onto the table, no accusation is shouted. Withers simply begins. Theobald's people found nothing that proves this thing true. Binyamin's shoulders loosen fractionally. Withers continues before relief can settle. They didn't prove it false either. The tension returns. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Damian's listening. Answer them properly and don't make me drag every word out of you. Binyamin gives a small nod. Withers leads forward. First one. Where did the parchment come from? A pause. Not who you think wrote it. Not what you think they wanted. Where did you actually get it? Binyamin looks towards me, perhaps hoping for some indication of how much room he has. I give him none. Withers continues. Second, how long had you had it before Damian found it? Another finger. Third, why were you hiding it instead of bringing it to him? And then the fourth, and what were you writing when he came into your tent? Those four first. And he sits back. His eyes stay on Binyamin. If what's written there is a lie, help us prove it's a lie. I remain silent for now and watch Binyamin's face. listening not merely for answers, but for the spaces between them. I give a slight nod towards Binyamin, urging him to answer. Oh, guys and gals, live police interview going on here. I'll be bad. Shall I be bad cop or good cop? What do we reckon? I'm supposed to be the compassionate one. Oh, ignore the last bit. Tension. You can cut it with a knife. Somebody took this long to answer in the interview. Jesus, we have to be like, yeah, what story are you concocting, my friend? Binyamin catches the slight nod. For a moment he looks almost annoyed by it, as though some part of him had hoped I might interrupt the questioning and rescue him from having to commit himself. Then he exhales. Very well. He keeps his eyes mostly upon Withers. The parchment appeared among my things here at camp. I did not see who placed it there. I found it when sorting my papers. Withers' face remains impassive. When? Several days before Damian discovered it. Several? I cannot give you an exact day. Withers let that sit. Why hide it? This answer comes faster. Because look at what happened when he read it. His voice sharpens. I had earned friendship here, trust, work, then one piece of parchment contains that word and suddenly everything I have done becomes suspect. He glances towards me. I was afraid. That much sounds easy for him to say. The fourth question is not. Withers leans forward. What were you writing when Damian walked in? Binyamin looks down at his hands. A noticeably longer silence. Notes. About? The accusation. Withers waits. Binyamin finally continues. I was trying to put my thoughts in order. Who might have reason to write it? Where it could have come from? Whether answering it at all would make matters worse? Withers nods once, but there is no reassurance in it. So your account is this. Somebody puts a letter among your belongings accusing you of eating human flesh. You tell nobody, keep it for days, start making notes about it, then hide both the letter and what you're writing when Damian walks in. Binyamin's jaw tightens. Yes. And you still say the accusation itself is false? Binyamin looks at us directly. Yes. Firmly. Withers studies him for several seconds. All right. He then turns towards me. He's answered the questions. Whether they're good answers is another matter. The known public position has therefore moved out only slightly. Binyamin now claims the parchment was anonymously placed among his possessions, that he kept it for several days out of fear, and that writing I interrupted concerned the accusation itself. None of those claims is independently verified, and his underlying allegation remains unresolved. Right. I mean, is there enough holes in that story to pick questions to pick holes in it? Is there enough? Several days. Fear. I mean, it's all plausible, isn't it? Making notes. You sat and pondered for a while, watching Binyamin's every movement, every little nose wrinkle, eye twitch. Any further questions you would like to add with us? Probably won't call him by his bloody pet name, would I? In the middle of a flipping formal interview here. Rabbit, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. We're in the middle of an interrogation. I'm not doing much interrogating at the moment. Binyamin is guarded, but that alone proves little. For he looks much the same on an innocent man who thinks he may lose his home, as on a guilty man who thinks he may be exposed. That is precisely the danger I have been trying to avoid throughout this investigation. Okay, so it's misheard me, but basically AI is now asking questions on my behalf. Right, we ask Binyamin, have you at any point in your life knowingly eaten human flesh? A precise question. Very precise of me. Second, if somebody has fabricated this, who has reason to do it? Give me names, people from before you joined us, anyone who hates you, fears you, owes you something, or whom you have crossed. That is the weakness in Binyamin's present account. Someone placed it there, gives the Golden Oak nothing to investigate. And then the third, and finally, I'm going to give you one opportunity to tell me something before I make my judgment. Is there anything in your past connected to this accusation, anything at all which you have not told us because you fear how we would react? Because if you deny it here, we discover it later, then this ceases to be only about the parchment. It becomes about whether I can ever trust your word again. Yeah, I've got microphone troubles, my friend. This is probably as loud as you're going to get me until I get a new wire. My wire's gone a bit kaput. The last question matters most. The Golden Oak's current standard is not that Binyamin must somehow prove a negative. The accusation remains only an accusation, but my compassion now explicitly requires fair process and standards. I sit back and cross my arms. Take your time. And then I'm going to finish basically by giving him one last chance. If you're lying to me, my friend, and I find out that you've lied to me, the punishment will be more severe, compassion or not, than if you tell me the truth now. One friend to another, look me in the eye and tell me plain. That's how I play things, my friends. I can tie you in knots and try to question you officially, and it just all, no, let's get down to the emotional nitty-gritty. Nagisa, welcome. I've managed to kind of troubleshoot it and get it a bit louder. It's still not 100%, but it's the loudest I'm going to get it. The wire is loose. I managed to negotiate the wire. I need a new cable. The cable's knackered. I managed to troubleshoot it and get to the heart of the problem. We only just started about half an hour ago, and we're currently interrogating Binyamin. We're in the trial. For several long seconds, Binyamin says nothing. His eyes settle upon me, then withers, then finally upon the ground between his feet. A careful answer, stop. Yes. Withers does not move. Hang on, folks. Binyamin swallows. To your first question, yes. I have knowingly eaten human flesh. Oh, hang fire. The words seemed to shrink the tent around the three men. Until this moment, I had only an accusation, concealment and suspicion. Publicly, Binyamin's guilt had never been established. Binyamin looks up again. I lied because I knew the truth would cost me. Wither's jaw sets hard. You told us somebody planted that parchment. Someone did. But what was written on it was true. Yes. There is fear in Binyamin now. But little point remaining in disguise. I will answer what Damian asks. I will not ask you to pretend this is nothing. His attention fixes completely upon me. But before you judge me, let me explain. Obviously, visibly taken aback, you do eventually compose yourself and open the floor to Binyamin to explain. Please do. I would love to hear it. I bet there's going to be dead bodies during the war. If that's how it comes out, it was life or death. Oh no. He's going to play us for a fool here, isn't he? Play us for a damn fiddle. Like a damn fiddle. Oh boy. Right, come on. Spit it out, Binyamin. Come on. What is it? Oh, I'm dying to know. Binyamin takes a long time, naturally, before speaking. When he does, the precision returns, but without the earlier evasiveness. I will explain it. I will not ask you to find it pleasant. He looks down at his hands. It happened before I came to you. I was travelling with others. We had been without proper food for longer than any of us had expected. One of our number died. With his expression hardened slightly, but he does not interrupt. We did not kill him. Binyamin looks directly at us as he says it. I need you to understand that first. I have never murdered someone so that I might eat them. But after he died, we used the body. The words seem difficult even for a man normally so careful with language. I ate because I was starving, because others were starving, because at that moment remaining alive mattered more to me than what I believed I would become by doing it. He gives a little shake of his head. I can construct arguments for necessity. I can tell you hunger changes judgment. I can tell you a corpse feels very different from a living man when death is already in the room. Then quietly, none of that changes what I did. I listen, very visibly disturbed. It happened once. I have not done it since. I have never brought human flesh into this camp. I have never harmed anyone here for that purpose. And when you offered me a place in the Golden Oak, I intended that part of my life to remain behind me. Then who wrote the parchment? Withers interjects. I do not know. Someone knows. Perhaps someone who was there. Perhaps someone who hated it later. I lied when I told you the accusation itself was false because I thought the distinction would not matter once you heard the word. And perhaps I was right. You asked me for the truth, as he straightens himself up. That is it. If you send me away, I will understand why. Then his composure cracks just enough to show that this actually costs him. But judge me for what I did, not for something worse, because it is easier to imagine. He was writing so the way that the AI has done it is the AI said that he was writing notes. He was scrawling notes in relation to the parchment. don't know. Because of the whole misclicking incident, that whole segment of that entire thing confused the hell out of me. Because I just misclicked really quickly, if you remember. I didn't see any of the text on the blurb. So the whole shebangs was a bit of a mess. But anyway, he's a cannibal. He's told us, and now we have judgment to make. Oh, I mean, I'm a sucker for these kind of things, you know. Just give us a plausible explanation. Now, you know, he lied, and strictly speaking, I kind of, you know, if you'll break my trust, I'm not usually one to forgive very quickly. But then on the other hand, you know, if trouble is, can we trust? Okay. We nod, not really confirming anything, it's more for our own processing of the information more than anything. We look Binyamin straight in the face. Speak to me plainly, you say. There will be no second chances here, Binyamin. Is that the truth of it? Everything you just said, is that the truth of what happened? You call me a friend. Look me in the eye as a friend. And tell me plain. Binyamin does not answer immediately. He raises his eyes and holds my gaze. Yes, he says. That is the truth of it. The man died. I did not kill him. Nobody killed him for food. We were starving, and after his death I ate from his body. Once, and have never done it since. I lied to you about the parchment. I hid it. I denied what it said because I was afraid. That lie was mine. I will not dress it up. But then softly, what I have just told you is the truth. You call me friend, so I will answer you as one. There is no second act to this story that I'm keeping from you. No killing, no secret appetite, no bodies in this camp, no other time. His voice almost breaks on the last words. If you decide what has happened once is enough to cast me out, then I will go. But I will not lie to you again to stay. To clarify, there is nothing else that I'm going to stumble across. Any past accusations that may come to light. This would be a clean slate, should you be allowed to stay in camp, so to speak. Can you imagine this playing in the middle of an interview? Some more tea, sir. Oh, very kind of you. Looks like Binyamin might have pulled a fast one here. Binyamin understands what Damian is really asking. Not merely whether the cannibalism happened again, but whether accepting him now means waiting for the next secret to arrive on another scrap of parchment. As far as anything I have done, yes, it's clean slate. There was one dead man, one act, and there has never been another. And accusations? I know of no other formal accusation against me. I know of no other parchments, charge, or person waiting somewhere with another incident to reveal. Then he adds something less comfortable but more credible. I cannot promise that nobody who knew what happened has spoken of it. Clearly someone has, nor can I promise that this story will never follow me again. Whoever placed that parchment here proves that much. But there is nothing else that I am concealing from you. No second body, no second occasion, no second crime. If you allow me to remain, you will not later discover that I used the word starvation to hide something worse. You let out a heavy sigh. Oh. These choices you have to make. Right. You will hold no office in this company, Binyamin. But you can remain. For the time being, go about your business, keep your head down and your nose clean. But I will not see you out on the streets. Perhaps with time, it will heal the wound that you have given me. For lying and trust I hold very... Well, lying I cannot abide, and trust is very, very quick to lose and very slow to win back. But you can stay for now under those conditions. No more words will be spoken of this, but you must be prepared to face the consequences if this travels wider into the camp. I have no designs on spreading it wider myself. The choice is yours. You do not have to make it now, but I will need your word by the end of today, because we are moving camp very soon. Whether you form part of those preparations is down to your decision. Soft touch, what some might call it. Bloody soft touch. Binyamin absorbs the decision in silence. For a moment, relief almost reaches his face, but it is checked by the weight of everything I have just said. I understand. He looks down, then back up. You have given me more mercy than I expected, and less trust than I once had. But that is fair. He nods. I will give you my answer before the day is out. If I stay knowing exactly what that means. No office, no special confidence, no expectation that friendship simply resumes because you have not cast me out. And if word spreads, I will face that too. Withers remains quiet until the three of you rise. Then outside the tent he says only, "You gave him a road back without pretending the bridge is repaired." For now, he remains with the Golden Oak, but under diminished trust and without office. Whether he chooses to travel south with the company will be his decision before camp breaks. Right, we are off then. Off skis, we trot skis. We've got 4 things here. Okay, contracts available, 6, few nights, all that kind of jazz. We've still got the hook. Would we use a hook to blackmail him? A man of our standing? I don't think I'd be blackmailing people willy-nilly, unless he really does something to tick me off. Who knows? Right, we're going first to move camp, and then we're going to look at some of these. Hopefully they don't disappear when we're travelling, but it's time for us to move. When we arrive, we're going to commission a new building, I think. And then we're going to head out and see if we can get another contract sorted. See what we can find. Maybe check in with anybody on the streets of Warwick. But it's time for us to move. Time for us to move. The sun slowly begins to set. It's been a testing day. The fire is crackling softly. You stand and gather the attention of the camp. Everything slows down to a silence. It takes a few moments. Winter travelling, indeed. You announce to the camp that you have decided the next destination. Warwick, capital of Mercia. We have ties there, patrons in the area, and it's nicely on the border with Wales for our potential contract work that lies just over the borders there. I aim to travel at first light, so prepare yourselves for our journey due south. Binyamin is on the outskirts of the camp, just sat quietly staring into the fire. You meet his gaze temporarily. as you announce the camp is about to move, and then withdraw to your tent for the evening. The camp will soon be on the move. Right, so to move the camp, how do we do this again? There it is, move camp. You just click and just, once we get, click and just click on there, don't you? There you go, we get a little route. Safe as houses. 1% chance of danger, 1% chance of danger, 1% chance of danger. Good old cyborg, mapping the route nicely for us. Safe as houses. No need to customise the route. 25 days at 115% speed, 26 safety. I'd say that's pretty decent. 370 positions. Warwick. Steinberg is the first to turn to work. She gives the wagon crews a few short instructions, orders, harness and wheel fittings checked before sleep, and makes it very clear that first light means moving at first light, not beginning to look for missing boots. Warwick makes sense as the next staging point. Mercia is already the realm in which the Golden Oak has built its strongest network of patronage, particularly through Earl Aethelred and Earl Skule, while the Western Road offers the opportunity to begin testing Theobald's reports about Wales, rather than merely reading about them beside a Yorkshire fire. The mood is generally good. Leeds has served its purpose, but as you turn towards your tent, the attention returns to the one man who has not joined the preparations. Binyamin sits beyond the main circle of the firelight, quiet, watching. Neither of you says anything. He knows what the announcement means. By sunrise, wagons will be loaded, the tents will come down, the Golden Oak will begin another chapter, and before then, Binyamin must decide whether he still wishes to belong to it. You leave him without choice and disappear to your tent. Outside, ropes tighten, boxes close and voices gradually fall away as darkness settles across the camp. Tomorrow the Golden Oak turns south for Warwick. Whether 7 or only 6 of its mechanical followers, the journey remains to be seen. Right, okay. So morning breaks and Steinberg lays out the travel plan before the camp. 25 days approximate travel time by my estimations, she says, firmly and with confidence. The scouts say low risk of danger. Plenty of provisions. Should be a smooth journey, all being well. Commentator's curse perhaps there. Right, that is enough for me. After everything surrounding the Binyamin incident, there is something almost comforting about a problem involving roads, wagons and distance, because these can be planned for. The last of the wagons has its ropes and harnesses checked, and the camp are now ready to move to Warwickshire. And without further ado, they set off. But who exactly sets off with them is the question. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's go. Let's move. Start moving your camp. There you go. Big bold letters. Bottom corner. Go at 1 speed. We're off to Warwickshire. Withers is alongside us. Theobald has his precious scrolls packed away. Leonard walks near one of the wagons, loot safely wrapped against the winter weather. Egg and Kinnereth fall naturally into the moving company. And then I look back. There is nobody beside the dying remains of the last night's fire. And then Binyamin emerges from between the abandoned tent spaces. His belongings are packed. He walks toward the column without ceremony and stops a short distance from us. Excuse me. I have made my decision, he says. I would like to stay. I know I'm not travelling south with the place I had before. I know I have to earn whatever trust comes next. But this is the first place in a long time that I have wanted to remain. I would rather do the work of rebuilding what I damaged than leave because rebuilding it will be difficult. I give him a restrained nod. Then get your things on the wagon. We're about to move. Thank you, he says with a smile, and then joins the others. Oh, don't worry. It's coming. None of us have visited blah blah blah. The longer journey has only just begun. Right, we have plotted up camp. We arrive in Warwickshire, bang on time. Steinberg's preparations cannot be faulted. Warwickshire awaits. Taverns, the castle, maybe parleying with some of the nobles around the area. But before any of that, we need to set up camp. Erect the perimeter once again, and before too much longer, decide whether another building is required. But before any of that, you decide to speak to the one man who can provide you with the intelligence required to operate effectively in the area. And so you pull Theobald to one side. And you ask him to give you a heads up on the goings on in the area and anything pertinent that might come in handy whilst we're down here. And then we'll take a look at the war, because I'm not sure whether or not he wouldn't. Actually, he should know about the war going on because we got the game saved, right? But would he know about it? I don't know. So what we got going on? Whilst we're waiting for Theobald's understanding of what's going on, why can't I move? There you go. So what have we got here? The First Army of Montagu, and the Band of Horse. Commander Elfsiger. What's happening here? What is happening? He's attacking Cheshire. Defending against Count Hastem of Montagu in the Montagu conquest of the Duchy of Lancaster. Who the hell is he? Count Hastem of Montagu. He's a... Oh, he's a Norse fella. He's a Norse fella. Count of... Where's Montagu when it's at home? County of Montagu. Where do we go to? Oh, he's down here. Oh! He's spreading his wings a bit, isn't he? What's he going after Lancaster for, you moron? Okay, well that's interesting. Where's Lancaster? Lancaster's here, right? So you're getting attacked. No, is it you? Who's getting attacked? Where's the Lancaster man? You're getting attacked, see? Who's... No, it'll be Mercia man, because it's part of Mercia, right? It'll be you. It's you, yeah, you're the one that's subject to this. Aha! Maybe we should know about this war. It's going on. It's a Mercian war. I don't speak in English. Exactly. We're not happy about that. Maybe we will speak to Theobald. Maybe we'll see what Theobald has come forth with naturally first, and then we might just have to ask him what's war going on in the area. Isn't there? Rumours of war in the north. Theobald waits till the first perimeter stakes are going into the ground before joining us away from the wagons. He unfolds the map across a packing chest and weighs 2 corners down with stones. So this is where we might get a little bit of some of that stuff that I found out 2 sessions ago. It was very interesting about some of the goings on here. This is a considerably better place from which to look west, Master Damian. But I would not mistake better for quiet. No, it's not quiet, apparently. He taps Mercia first. Our strongest advantage here is reputation. Aethelred remains our principal patron. Let's take a look at some of this whilst he's talking about these people. So where's my role of patron? So here's Aethelred. He is the Earl of Lindsey and the heir, or at least he was the heir, to the petty kingdom of Mercia. He still is. So So he's going to take charge of Mercia. He's our patron. The Petty King currently is very young, well, young-ish at 39, very young, so the 40 young whippersnapper in fact. So, unless he dies of a painful death, or an illness or something, he might not take charge for a little while. And he's Mercia's elected heir. By the time we left Leeds, every recorded elector was supporting him. 3 exceptional commissions for the same man mean the Golden Oak is no longer an unknown company wandering into Mercian affairs. Aethelred is an exceptional administrator, although Theobald's latest figures show him in debt. Is he in debt? Yes, he is. His finger moves northwest. And we have school in Cheshire. Yes, we do. He likes us too. He looks a bit funny. He looks a little bit like Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones, doesn't he? You don't think? He looks a little bit. That gives us 2 existing Mercian relationships, not merely one. Useful if we want contracts, introductions, or simply people willing to tell us which doors are worth knocking upon. Then his expression becomes more serious. Mercia itself is not at peace with the world. Burgund is continuing to the wars against the Norse, and since November, hang on, there has been a conquest of Lancaster underway against him. Oh, you see, he knows. That matters to us because the western roads toward Chester, Shrewsbury and Wales may be affected by armies, displaced men or altered obligations. Theobald slides his finger across the border into Wales. And then there is Gwyneth. He taps Amithrig. What's happening in Amithrig? Bloody hell. What's happening in Amithrig? There it is. Yeah, what's a lovely place, I hear. This is the part I would keep firmly in mind. Gwyneth holds land that Mercia regards as its own by right. Oh, it's de jure part of Mercia. It is. Oh. Oh. Gwyneth holds the land at okay, so if we go west, advertising ourselves loudly as Aethelred's favoured company, some Welsh lords may hear Mercian agent before they hear independent wanderer. Good point. His finger travels further into Gwyneth. Prince Rodri the Great is the strongest Welsh ruler in my present records. If Wales becomes more than a scouting trip, he is the man we cannot sensibly ignore. But I still do not know whether he welcomes skilled foreign companies, nor whether service to Aethelred makes us more attractive to him or less. I look across the map. So, Warwick first then. Very much so. Theobald gathers the parchment slightly closer. We establish ourselves, visit the castle, hear what contracts are being offered, let the little birds listen to merchants and travellers who have actually come from the western roads recently. I want fresh confirmation of the Lancaster situation and at least one merchant account and one political account of the road into Gwyneth before I tell you it is safe or sensible. That is the standard already set in his intelligence ledger for the Welsh route and Lancaster war reporting. Then Old Scholar allows himself a small smile. The tavern may therefore be considered intelligence work. A pause. Within reason. He begins rolling the map. My present advice? Use Warwick to strengthen Mercian ties without becoming identified solely with one Mercian faction. Gather fresh western intelligence. Then, if the roads permit it, cross into Wales as a professional company looking for work, not as Aethelred's men looking for influence. Well done, Theobald. Very impressive. It's very clever, isn't it? It's very clever. I mean, obviously this is great for the wandering stuff, but for the actual proper CK3 playing it as a landed ruler and with the council meetings and stuff, it's fantastic. It really is. It just adds so many different layers to things. I found out also that it's a lot quicker to do it on your tablet. The PC version of ChatGPT is a bit slow, so I've been using it for my. I'll bore you with a little bit of off-camera stuff. He had no flim-flam today. I'm playing Fallout 4 because I had a brainwave. I'm having a lot of brainwaves recently. Garden. And I think I'm having midlife crises all bundled into one. And I thought I've always said this, and I don't know why I've always said it, but I've always said it's one of those things that just that irk you in life. Might be some thing. Oh, I've knocked me on the microphone. If it hasn't changed orbit. Hello, testing. There's things that irk you, and one of them for me was I wanted to finish Fallout 4. Right, I want to finish Fallout 4. So I was like, right, and then I sat and thought, ooh, do you know what? I wonder if I could use AI to help me with the roleplay side of it, because with roleplay games I struggle to keep in character when I've not got an audience. So AI helps me to keep in character with certain things, and it keeps track of the story and the relationships that develop and stuff. It's really, really, really handy as almost like a roleplay aid, a roleplay kind of somebody that just tracks stuff, and you don't have to worry about things. You just ask it, oh, what was that? And it'll tell you. It's great. It's almost like a journaling, almost like. So I've created a character, and I have created it with a method and a mindset and a personality, and I've created a character more detailed than I would ever create a character on the channel, which is really bizarre, because I tend to do roleplay as it develops in the game without too much heavy scripting to start with, whereas I've gone completely heavy scripting to start with this playthrough, so that when I'm making the decisions, it's almost like it's going to be a no-brainer which decision the character's going to pick. And I'm playing it on survival mode, and I've installed all of the mods that I had last time with Vortex. It was a piece of piss. It took me absolutely no more than an hour to get them all installed, working. I even booted up the Susan save, and it worked. I was like, wouldn't it be flipping hilarious if I picked up the Susan save, 6, 7 years later? Right, we're finishing the series, folks. I told you I'd finish it. That would be absolute. I don't know if I deleted the series, or is it still there as cancelled actually on the channel. I think I deleted it. But anyway, I've created this character, and I have put some parameters in place, and some of the mods have changed some of the things to sort of survival mode, but I'm playing it full survival mode, so I've got little caches scattered about, and I'm playing it through, as if, survival mode, almost like permadeath. You're trying to survive, so and it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun. I'm about 12 hours in. We're at Diamond City, and we're doing our bits and our bats. But yeah, I've been using the AI, and I've obviously been taking screenshots of certain things. And this is why I got to this story. Doing it with the tablet, I read this when I was trying to troubleshoot with the Football Manager, with it slowing down slowing down massively. It doesn't happen on the phone or on tablets. It happens on the PC. So, interesting fact for you there. So I don't know whether I should switch to a tablet for this series, probably not. But right. But it's cool beans. Anyway, there you go. So we are in Warwickshire. Let's visit the castle. Let's visit the castle hallway. Let's get in. We're in. Right. I'm going to leave it over to you guys. I'm going to get you involved. Who am I taking with me to... I can take 2 people. Who am I taking into Warwickshire with me? All followers. Apart from Binyamin, who has to prove himself before we even entertain having taken out of camp. He's going to be watched and monitored. I forgot to tell people to keep an eye on him, actually. But that would show that we don't trust him. And we've lost trust, but we'll let him make his own slip-ups. Twinkle Toes and One Giant. Okay, you called it first, Baz. We'll give you that one. Twinkle Toes and One Giant. Let's go with... You know what? Theobald's advice ringing in your ears. You decide it's time to head into Warwickshire. Into Warwick, rather, the castle holding, and see what you can find within. You decide to take Twinkle Toes with you. It's been a time of heavy decisions, and the whole situation with Binyamin's got you down a little bit. You don't like having trust broken, and made you feel a bit down in the dumps. And you hate the winter months at the best of times, and it's the 26th of February now, and it's bloody freezing. So you want a bit of light relief, and you think that taking Twinkle Toes to Warwick will give you that light relief. So you tell him that. He is the stooge after all, and his job is to raise morale, and you personally need your morale raising. So Twinkle Toes, you're coming with me to Warwick, but obviously you might be required for some serious stuff as well. So put both your hats on, will you? And in addition to that, you're going to actually give Twinkle Toes the opportunity to pick somebody else to accompany us. Somebody else to set the tone of our arrival in the Warwickshire area, the Warwick Castle holding. And you decide that what better way to make an impression than to bring a giant lady with you. So we have Egg and we have Kinnereth. Now, you tell Twinkle Toes to keep this under his hat, but we are going to be renaming Egg tonight in King. Grand new nickname ceremony. But for now, we'll keep calling it Egg for the time being. So which one of the two would you wish to bring Twinkle Toes, out of interest? Let's see who he wants to bring, and then we'll bring them. And then we'll see what fun and games await. So, I'm not overly stoked on necessarily getting any more followers for now. I think we have enough. Unless any of you guys think that we are lacking in this particular area. I mean, if somebody stands out as, well, we must have like another Jack, that's fine. But I'm not overly, a second is going to be naturally promoted. Withers is kind of the second now. He's been on a couple of secret meetings with us. He's very level-headed. I'm almost thinking that his promotion to second is probably going to happen sooner rather than later. An actual bona fide bodyguard would be good. Certainly not Binyamin. A4 wine would be added. Yeah, I'm thinking a bona fide high prowess male to be a bodyguard would be nice. Yeah, so we're not going to be getting people for the sake of it. I think we'll just have a look around, enjoy the delights of Warwickshire. Twinkle Toes listens to the whole proposal with increasing amusement. So to summarise, you're miserable, it is freezing, you require professional morale assistance, and your solution is to march into Warwick with me and one exceptionally tall woman? Yeah, just about. Egg. I'm not kidding. A softer, healer type lady. It's not gonna... Look, Kinnereth is excellent company if somebody breaks a leg, develops a fever, or eats one of Wither's berries. But we are entering a castle. He glances towards Egwin across the carriage. Egg makes an impression before she has spoken a word, and when she does speak, she is difficult to dismiss. Learned enough to understand what is being discussed, suspicious enough to notice when somebody is feeding us nonsense, and Theobald looks up at her incredible height. There is something reassuring about negotiating with nobility while accompanied by someone who appears capable of carrying the nobleman away. Fine, egg it is. And this mysterious renaming ceremony? He asks. You heard nothing. Naturally, not a word to Egg. I am a man of extraordinary discretion. You are employed as a stooge. 2 hats, remember? This is the serious hat, he says. Fine. A deliberately unusual little delegation. Right, off we go. I like that, I like that, yes. You know what, I went to Wales last week. Came out last weekend. And I don't think I must have seen sheep, but I didn't see as many sheep as Wales is supposed to be famous for. and I had not a single piece of land this time either. Anyway, there you go. Right, let's have a look at Warwick Castle. I think this is the place where we can get we can do some trading. We don't have that. Any able-bodied garrison people? We've got, what have we got? We've got Leofhelm, 102, too expensive. But we'll take a look at it. 21 prowess! So sadistic, just and impatient. He'd make a good bodyguard. Albino. I could collect oddities. I could be the oddity collector. I'm compassionate. Anybody that's got, God forbid I use this wording, a defect, you know, congenital trait, physical issue. This is the medieval times. Political correctness was not present in these days. I have to have you, like a menagerie. This is an awful thing to say. Channeling my feudal time equivalent here. You know, collect the oddities, but he does seem evil. He's sadistic, but he's an aspiring. So's one of my giants, right? So's one of my giants. He's 102 though. If it was cheaper, maybe. Righteous villain. Goodness me. Who's this guy? Yeah, he's shaking his head at him. Yeah, yeah. You don't want him, mate. You don't want him. Theobald, how much? 66. Much more reasonable. Only six. Oh, we don't need any more learning, do we? And we've got some. We've got 2 people that are good at diplomacy. I cut the stewardship. We don't need you. Oh, he's a genius. Another witch. Another genius witch. What is with these genius witch people? Oh, he's 70. Oh, we definitely don't need you. He's 77. Hey, black magic must work. How have you lived? 77 is a ripe old age these days. How have you equivalent about 100 in today's money, surely? How have you made it right? I have newt twice a day. Too old for the road. Right. We enter the garrison to take a look for fighting men as our first port of call. A 77-year-old and a man that's more learned than a man that has fighting prowess. Which one is which? You see no candidates here today. Oh, hang on, I'm getting the wrong way around, aren't I? No, I'm not. That's right. There you go. So both candidates, we've got what? Leofhelm at age 33. And we've got Theobald at 77. Neither really tick the boxes, as you are looking particularly for a potential bodyguard to complete the camp followers office positions. So we leave the garrison empty-handed. And head and mingle with the locals in the town, where we sit back, kick back, and keep our ears pinned to the ground. Our ears are open for any signs of information that may be forthcoming, like intelligence that Theobald spoke of. We approach the barkeep in the first instance, flanked by your 2 followers. Pound of ales, please, you say? A few coins onto the bar. What's the word around the area? New in town, and just finding our feet, you say? Or something's pouring the drinks. Something bad fine. I've heard a story for a while. Who is it? Just a officer. Wolfwind. Bold grasper, an eager reveller. Conscientious scribe. Oh my god, look at her statistics. Can she tell a story? Look at the look of her face as well. She looks like somebody would be telling a story, then forget the story halfway, like me, basically, with these stats. The barkeep sweeps the coins off the counter and sets 3 wooden cups down. His eyes linger for half a heartbeat on egg. New in town, are you? Was it our subtle entrance? Twinklesoul says, taking his ale in hand. Depends what sort of word you're after. I take a drink. Roads, work, politics, anything likely to be biting us on the backside if we don't hear about it first? Then I'd keep one ear turned northwest. King Burger's got trouble around Lancaster. Been fighting there since before winter. Doesn't mean Warwick's in danger, of course, but soldiers, messengers and men looking for coin have been moving through the roads. That broadly matches what Theobald already knew. Mercia's been facing a conquest of Lancaster since November, and he specifically marked it as relevant to western travel. He tops up a cut from the picture. West's another matter. Plenty of traders still go that way, but once you start talking of Amithwig, people start arguing over whose land it really is. And Aethelred? Lindsay? Yeah. Oh, his name travels well. If you've generally done work for him, I'd mention it. Quiet. Men around here know he's important. Quietly. There goes your plan to have Egg announce our patronage by lifting the furniture. You're heading west, says the barman. Speak to the carters and woolmen before you go. They'll know which crossings are open and which lords are squeezing travellers. Better than some castle clerk who hasn't left Warwick since harvest. That is exactly the sort of merchant-sourced intelligence Theobald wanted before committing the Golden Oak deep into Wales. His standing requirement was at least one merchant account and one political source before treating the Welsh route as properly assessed. So the first drink in Warwick has already produced something useful. Lancaster remains troublesome, the western border is politically sensitive. Aethelred's name has value here, and the tavern may contain it after the travellers Theobald wanted Damian to find. Right. So. Who is this? 2% chance you'll learn something from the moral of the story. 32% chance to pass the story, 24 and 64% chance you get. So that's all positive, right? I think this would be her joining our party. Oh, that's a bit of stress relief. Well, after that, we get a bit of exotic stewardship. And she tells us lovely tales. And we look and see who's up for recruitment. Anybody? Leia. 64, old lady. Oh, a wise woman. Calm, cynical, but trusting. Funny learning. Not bad. 35 though. Bergflade. What's with all these? It's like Mercia, the land of old people. Bergflade, 67. Another wise woman. Is this the 3 witches coven here? What's happening? What is this playthrough? Goodness grief. Right, who are you? When shall we meet again? Sign him. Don't tell me you're a wise woman as well. She is! The 3 wise women! What on earth if we had the money? Oh my gosh. We've got to roleplay this. We've got to roleplay this somewhere. This is ludicrous. This is ridiculous. Holy cow. The hell. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. That's true. All men of fighting age have been are probably at war, because Mercia are fighting 3 wars, by the way. Defending their own land in Lancaster. They are Also defending Northumberland and East Anglia against Norse invasions there as well. So they're fighting a war on 3 fronts here. So yeah, probably not a lot of fighting. Men are fighting his left. It's been spread 3 ways. Right, we enter the tavern, and these 3, the 3 hags of Crookback Bog, 3 wise women sat round the table, like they're plotting somebody's downfall. What a party! Yeah, we've got an albino, we've got 2 giants, and we've got 3 witches. 3 wise women. Please don't call the witches to the face. What? This would be a party. This would be the most epic party. We need to tag these people, and if they're not dead, because they're old aged here. If we've got the cash, return to them. The crows. That was it. Oh, you've crashed it. Entering the tavern. Yeah, the 3 witches grim thing. Right, anyway, we're not getting any of them, unfortunately. The tavern is warm, loud and pleasantly thick with smoke. And then you spot them. At a table slightly apart from the main crowd sit 3 women. 3 women. All old enough or sharp enough to make younger people uneasy. One is red-haired and narrow-eyed, watching the room as if she expects betrayal. One is broad-faced and iron grey, sitting with the confidence of somebody who has bossed men around for 40 years and plans to continue for 40 more. The third sits quieter, chin in hand, studying the others like she is measuring. Twinkle Toes follows your gaze. Take a sip of ale. Well, indeed. If they offer a stew, I'm not eating it. Egg looks once toward the women and then back to her drink. You'd eat. Slam. I have evidence. The 3 women are speaking low, heads close together. Not cackling, not hissing over a cauldron. Just a sort of private, serious conversation that immediately makes it look as though somebody important is about to be ruined. Oh, so that's why you get a lot of accidents. Ah, I see. It's a game mechanic. So if you don't take them, yeah. Oh, we can't. Oh, our poor witches. You catch the barkeep's eye and you tilt your head toward them. Who are they? He glances over, wipes the cup with a cloth and answers in a low voice. Arrived separately from the room. Found each other quick enough. Been sat there a while. Seem a sharp lot. Ask sensible questions about the roads, the castle, and who pays on time. So not witches then. This is Twinkle Toes. If they are the practical kind. You look back at them properly now. Not hags, perhaps. But certainly 3 wise women. Or at least 3 women that would very much like everyone else to think so. You laugh, finish your ale, and gesture for Twinkle Toes and Egg to join you. I don't think we're getting anyone from the tavern or the castle today. Let's get news of any contracts from the town crier and return to camp. At the very least, our adventures this morning have been amusing. Hear ye! Oh, we can't do that. We've done it already recently. Back to camp we go. Right. Contract time. So we'll do a contract, we'll come back, and we'll have one last little bit of camp, wind down, and then we shall call a close to today's curtailed session. You push yourself up on the table, still chuckling. I don't think Warwick is surrendering a new companion to us today. Oh, shame, says Twinkle Toes. I was beginning to think we might acquire an entire coven. Had I the coin, Twinkle Toes, had I the coin, my menagerie would be stretching to 4. No, 5, 6. Can't do maths. And the next one. Eggraze is beside him. Okay. The three of you step back out into the freezing Warwick air and head towards the town crier. Nothing new from the town crier, it seems. You have all of the available contracts available. A boundary dispute. For Reeve Senwolf of Kidderminster. Seems like the kind of task that could well be up our street, given our proficiency with organising such things. Well, the three, I think it makes the most sense, but isn't this the land that we were supposed to be careful in? I think it is, isn't it? That's the failure rate. Not catastrophic. Bit of opinion. Could get a Welsh patron. Right, Reeve Senwolf, what are you? You're Earl of Barrett of Kidderminster, which forms part of Worcestershire, which is de jure a part of the Petty Kingdom of Mercia. So yeah, this is. Oh, this is who? So. Oh, is it part? Oh, it's part of Mercia. Oh, it's actually it is part of Mercia. It's not part of Wales. Wales starts in Amicus, right? So this actually is part of Mercia. So both of these are Mercia, and that's Wales. I see. Get him a map all mixed up in it. I haven't started watching it yet. No, I keep meaning to sit down and watch it, and something bloody interferes. But I need to start it. And it's one of those. Once I start it, it's going to be a binge watch kind of situation. But I'm definitely going to watch it before I finish the series because it'll be cool to watch it. So, and I know I'm going to love it. I have watched the trailer. Yeah, it does look like my cup of tea, certainly. So, I must remember to get that watched when I've got a bit of time. Fallout 4 is taking my spare time, you see now. So as soon as I started playing that, all spare time was put towards that. It's like, yeah, taking my time quite nice. Right, anyway, I thought to press send, so that's more time wasted. But I think we're gonna accept this. It makes no sense not to. It's in Mercia. Another Mercian ruler could be a patron. It taps into our stewardship quite nicely. It's not a million miles away from our destination, so getting there is really easy. There's no downsides to it as far as I can tell. So the job is calling for an experienced arbitrator. Knowledge of Mercian law would help. Theobald can help. Perhaps we should be taking him with us. Guarantees a stewardship challenge. The rewards are respectable without being absurd. Boundary dispute. You sound wrongly excited. Call me boring, but I like these kinds of things. This is the kind of work that helped establish the Golden Oak in the first place. Order, records, negotiation, problems that can be solved by being more organised than everyone else involved. And a fresh Mercian patron. Helps broaden our reputation here without making the company look like it exists as one Earl's private instrument. Right. We're going to accept it. Easy. We're going there, we're going back. But who we're taking with us? Who are we taking with us? 2 people. I mean, game-wise, we get a whole list of people to join anyway, so we'll see who's going to join the list. But I think Theobald has to come because Theobald knows the law and asked specifically about law. You know, Theobald will be there in the background. Even we're going to get our Leonard involved as well, or Nightingale. If there's a call for don't forget, she's the dancey person, isn't she? She's a musician or whatever. If we get the option to add all the people again. There'll be a whole company affair here. Anyway, we're doing it. We're off. Let's get the show on the road. Do we need to add people now, or do we add people? An agent contract, so you'll be bringing a bunch of people. Right, let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're going to the boat. Kidminster Streets are. Oh, what's this? We've got something happening here. Read this. We accept and make our way towards our destination. Oh, this is one that I will have to do myself. It's one of those where you don't add people. Is this one of those? Is this the check? Oh, there'll be lots coming here. It's only one of the small ones, I think. Oh. Oh, hangfire. Right, Kidminster Streets are gripped by a fever of gossip and scandal. A complicated matter of marriage, inheritance and business arrangements gone awry. A large piece of prime horse pasture. Hello, testing. Horse pasture, sorry, it's not a microphone. Has ended up in the hands of someone the local magnates consider wholly unsuitable. Now the argument is no longer merely whose land it is, but how it should be divided and who has the right to decide that. Tempers are high enough that Reeve Senwell fears the competing magnates may resort to violence, and he wants the affair settled quickly and discreetly. Future reference, thank you. What is he? So he's shy, lazy and forgiving. An indulgent wastrel. A man of no great, well, hey! But then, at least he seems noble enough. Who is his liege? His liege will be the Earl Aethmar of Worcestershire. Who then answers to right. So, simple enough problem. This is basically me. Not a stronger patron. No, it's not, is it? No. He's just a mare. Oh, he's low born. It's a borough. Oh, it is, yeah. Very low born. Oh dear. Listen. We don't do these things just for the higher uppers, you know. Everybody has got to put food on the table, and everyone has their problems. As long as they get paid. No wonder the pay was... What did we call the pay? Modest? Reasonable? Nothing exciting? Steinberg will stay to work through this dispute. So, this gives us a guaranteed low-level success. Adds him to the patrons, gets provisions, all the rest of it. Steinberg can stay... It's the same thing. She gets loaned, and Kidminster gets fine horses. What's the difference? Why would we do that when there's no noticeable difference? Unless I'm missing a trick here. We gain opinion either which way. We gain the same amount of money. Same amount of prestige. You make progress in the legacy of Elmer decision. It doesn't say that here, does it? Oh, it does say. It does. So I don't know what the hell is this moth doing. I like a civil officer to delegate. Oh, we need a head groom. I can solve anything if I put my mind to it. I mean, this one seems like an obvious answer. We're not giving Steinberg to them for 4 years, so that's not happening. So yeah, guarantee ourselves at least success. We've got a 100% success record with our contract so far. We're a highly competent bunch. I don't know how I've amassed a competent team. Clearly, got some kind of skill here that I've got. Once more, the proud familiar skill of House Elmont wins out. The happy patron. Is that it? So how do you get an exceptional success? Ew. Maybe with the head groom I might have had an option, I don't know. Okay. Well, I think we're done. That was done. We're done. We're done. 2nd of March. Contract done. Bit of extra money in the coffers. Bada bing, bada boom. Next, please. That was quick and easy. Oh, well, happy days. Success. 27 gold, blah blah blah, yes. No we cook. A modest Mercian connection. You noticed, well you noticed that anyway. That's nice. By afternoon the great crisis had become something considerably less dramatic. Everyone is now just slightly unhappy. Which is, as far as I'm concerned, a sign of fair compromise. The magnates each receive enough good pasture to stop threatening one another. Nobody gets everything they demanded. The current owner receives compensation rather than simply being stripped of the land, and the whole ugly business of marriage, inheritance and horse grazing is reduced to figures everyone can reluctantly live with. Senwolf looks over the final division and then towards us. I was expecting this to take days. Not with me, it doesn't. It didn't actually say that, but I said that, okay. Have you not heard of the Golden Oak? We're highly accomplished people when it comes to such things. Remember the name? Call on us again if you need assistance. Once you pay better than 27 gold, though, our prices will be going up as our popularity increases. You do realise this. Right, so we have been to Warwickshire, we have done a contract. It is time, 20 past 10. We can't start something new, so we will wrap up with some camp finalisation. But 196 gold, definitely time to build a building. Success once again. This is becoming quite catchy. You return to camp, buoyed by yet another successful endeavour. And perhaps the camp knew, because the spirits seem to be relatively high. Is it because Twinkle Toes has left camp? Dare you mock him for this? But you sit down and order people round the campfire. There are two things to address before we well, at least before I retire for the night. I'm pretty tired, you say. First of all, we have a new naming for a nickname. I was a bit hasty when I nicknamed this individual, and you're going to probably not be happy, but you're going to have to bear with me. Egg. I thought it was very disrespectful to call you after a innocuous food item, so I've decided instead to call you a name which means nothing to you but means everything to me. So take that as a compliment. Purdy. You will be henceforth Equith known as Purdy. Thank you very much. And to celebrate the achievement, I'm going to commission you all. We're going to crack open a little bit of wine and raise our cups to the occasion. Give the signal to the hands to start pouring the cups. So yes, and Leonard Nightingale, just to stamp the seal of approval on it, is going to play us out on a tune. Put you on the spot there, Nightingale, but you're going to have to come up with something in the next 5 minutes. Right. Okay, thank you. Next up, what was I going to say? Ah, that was it. We need a building. We need a new building in camp, and I'm going to go with a hands-up situation here. A hands-up situation, because why not? I'm feeling in a generous mood, and I shall value all your opinions in this matter. But we have options available to us. We can have a supply tent. Unhappy with our hairstyles, we can commission barbers if we wish. This'll appeal to you, Steinberg, but we could get a baggage train to help with our adventures into yonder beyond. A mess tent. Who doesn't like a good bit of revelry? We could increase our campfire's capacity, have it roaring. Or we could get ourselves a proving grounds. It has not gone unnoticed that our fighting ability is somewhat lacking, and perhaps all of these contracts and all of these safe passages on the road have been all well and good now. But if they were to turn sour, we would be ill prepared. So I say, by a raise of hands, what's your views on what we should do next? And then we'll see what Leonard has produced, song-wise, to play us out. We'll get building a new building. And in the next session, a couple of diplomacy contracts to have a go at. The disease one? What disease? Oh, you mean the buildings? Oh, here, there. Barber's tent. Oh, let's play danger. Gives us domicile income as well. That is actually quite handy. Oh, so building. Oh, proving you're going to the mercenary army. Right, here we go. Let's see what they've come to vote for. This is democracy here, people. Don't say I don't give people a chance. The camp comes together around the fire, wine beginning to move from hand to hand. You cannot resist the first jam. Spirits seem remarkably high. Twinkletoes has been away all day. I shall draw no conclusions. Why looks wounded. I leave for several hours and discover morale has become self-sustaining. A professional catastrophe. Few laughs ripple around the fire. Then you turn toward Egg. Now, I owe you a correction. Their expression immediately becomes suspicious. You explain that naming a woman of her stature, learning and presence after a small breakfast food was perhaps not your finest piece of leadership. So Egg is gone. From tonight you are Purdy. It means absolutely nothing to you and rather a lot to me, therefore I assure you it's a good. Purdy? She says after studying you for several seconds. Purdy. Better than Egg, I suppose. Approval enough. Cups rise around the fire. Egg is henceforth Purdy. Leonard is immediately informed that he's got approximately 5 minutes to commemorate the occasion. 5? You're the Nightingale. Nightingales usually receive warning. Consider this inspiration. Due to pressure. While he hurriedly begins finding a melody, you move to the second item, the camp vote. You list the possibilities. Aelfwine starts to raise his hand at Barber. You stare at him. The hand slowly comes back down. Then the real voting begins. Rather neatly, the golden note divides according to exactly what each person thinks the company currently lacks. Kinnereth and Binyamin vote for a supply tent. Kinnereth's reasoning needs little explanation. Supplies properly stored of food, medicine and lives preserved. Binyamin quietly agrees. He offers no speech tonight. He simply raises his hands, keeping under the radar, you see. Very wise. Steinberg and Theobald both vote for baggage train. For Steinberg, the argument is obvious. The Golden Oak intends to travel further, possibly across the Welsh border, maybe even across the sea in the future. And greater logistical capability makes every road easier. Theobald agrees from another angle. Intelligence is useful only if the company can actually reach the places it wishes to investigate. Good point. Twinkletoes and Leonard vote for a campfire. The two morale men find themselves entirely aligned. Allow larger heart to camp means more people together, more conversation, more songs, more councils, and fewer little groups fragmenting off into their own corners. And then proving grounds, Withers and Purdy. That's 2 apiece for everything. Are you kidding me? Withers raises his hand, blah blah blah. Two, and 2. And no votes for the barber, and no votes for the mess tip. A 4-way tie. An inspiring demonstration of representative government. You groan. So after valuing everybody's opinion, I still have to make the bloody decision that's what he says, the bloody decision myself. Apparently so. Before you can decide, Leonard stands. 5 minutes have elapsed. He raises his cup towards Purdy and plucks a quick, bright refrain. Maybe to help him think this through. Egg was the name when the northward we came, but Warwick has altered the story. So raise up your wine to the oak's new design. Long life to the lady called Purdy. The count joins the final line rather more loudly than music orchestra really wants. Even Purdy smiles. Barely, but enough. The wine flows, the fire burns, another contract has ended successfully, and for one night, at least the Golden Oak feels uncomplicated again. The pot watcher raises on Barber's tent. What about me? Remember me? Yes, you're the wise one who recommended the trip by water, weren't you? So what have we got? So Barber's tent. Okay, what have we got? So, Theobald, you are actually here in person, so you can override the AI Theobald if you wish. And Potwasher has said Barber's tent, which nobody else voted for, so there's still a no loss there. Are we? Nobody voted then? Yeah, none for the ban. So Theobald, your vote could change it. Because it takes the baggage train to 1. And obviously, unless you're going to change your mind. I'll keep it the same. Barber's tent. Let's get. Oh, so now we've got 2 for Barber's tent. Right. So we've got. So baggage train is out, and we've got supply tent, campfire, proving grounds. So proving grounds doesn't make sense apparently, and we're not going martial. So we'll discount proving grounds. So we've got Campfire, Twinkle Toes and Leonard. Or we've got Barber, which is Potwasher and Theobald. Or Supply Tent, which is Kinnereth and Binyamin. Now, anything that Binyamin votes for. Right, let's go through them then. Thank you, team. Democracy. Forget about it. Right, Kinnereth and Binyamin. What they vote for? Supply Tent. Extra provisions capacity, extra supply capacity, extra camp revelry activity, and the quartermaster office. Are we big enough and travelling far enough just yet to justify a supply tent? I would probably think not at the minute. Definitely one to get in the future, and don't forget this is quite an important building because I think we have to expand our pavilion to get any more. Screen was I in? I'm confused now. I'm just taking the screen off. I was looking at the building, wasn't I? Sorry. Yes, we've got to unlock this. It's quite an important building. We've always, yeah, exactly. We've always been on max supply. So I think the supply tent we can cut that out as well. So what have we got? We've got baggage train. We've got what have we got? We've got campfire and barbers. Campfire and barbers. Right. Having tallied the votes and spoke to Theobald again, there are 2 options available now that we have managed to shortlist. Campfire and Barber's tent. Everybody will cast new votes between the 2, and if there is a tie, I'm gonna down this wine in 1. session, what we're gonna when we start, what we're gonna do is probably gonna, because obviously it's not. You can actually start to get new things, new contracts sometime in March apparently. But we'll see if we can get these two contracts done in pretty quick succession at the start of the next session, and maybe even visit some more places within Mercia. It's not just the capital as well. We'll start to see what we can come up with. A collective groan goes around the fire when you announce that democracy has failed once already and therefore must immediately be attempted again. Right, we give the two choices. Can I vote for wine? Says Twinkle Toes. No. You can vote for the two options I've said, and then wine will follow when we finally reach a bloody decision. The second ballot begins. Campfire. Withers, Twinkle Toes, Theobald, and no, Theobald doesn't vote for Campfire because Theobald votes for Barber's Tent, as did the pot washer as well. So actually, Barber's Tent wins now because Theobald is Barber's Tent. Obviously, that's fine. I down the wine anyway. Okay. Barber's Tent it is. Decision made. Right, I've drunk enough wine for one day, retiring to my tent. Tomorrow, there's two contracts to consider and a 100% record to maintain. Get well rested, up in the morning, we've got work to do. So let's build that Barber's Tent. Passive income, always good. I completely agree. It'll take 6 months to build. Excellent! 136 coins. Bravo! I wiped the last trace of wine from my beard. Maybe it'll help cool the greys out. And points decisively toward the camp. Barber's Tent, done. Democracy has had quite enough opportunity to embarrass itself for one evening. A few last follow as the decision becomes camp business. The Barber's Tent is now my chosen next camp building. Right, I've drunk enough. Renamed a giant woman and accidentally invented voting. Right, that's enough leadership for one night. Sleep well. Tomorrow we have two contracts to consider and a perfect record I would very much like to keep. That gets a few approving murmurs. The fire begins to settle. Leonard quietly packs away his instruments. Seinberg is already making sure the morning will begin efficiently rather than late. And I disappear into my tent. For once, no accusations to investigate, no broken trust to weigh, and no road to plan tonight. Just sleep. And in the morning, two contracts, one unbeaten record, and work to do. Sweeney Todd. Funnily enough, that's the name of my barber. And where am I going tomorrow? If you look at the state of my hair and beard, I'm going to Sweeney Todd. Tomorrow. I'm going to Sweeney Todd. I'm going to be barbers tomorrow. So there you go. Barbers tomorrow, barbers today. Excellent. Should have voted for that. Just that should have come to me earlier. Right, there you go, folks. Let's get this saved. Let's get this saved. Session 5 will commence. I can upload the game save, fill in a few blanks, get the AI YouTube transcript, and we kick off session 5 doing some contracts. Well, maybe one more in Mercia and then head to Wales. But yes, we'll see what fun and games await. But our company is taking shape. Binyamin was grilled. He eventually admitted what he'd done. He justified it. It remains a secret between me, Withers, and anybody else that we... Theobald, Spiders. Yeah. A few people know, don't they? It's not the most best kept of secrets. But secret enough, hopefully. He has chosen to stay, which is nice. We haven't managed to test the recruitment system because none of them seemed appropriate. None of them were either expensive or old. So we didn't get to test whether or not we would be turned down. So that's still to come. But ultimately, yeah, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that session. Baz, you're still not with us. You're still not with us, Baz. Maybe next time. It's hard coded for you to arrive with certain conditions in the game and based on what your character is. So I'll go take a quick look at what your character was again to get a bit of an inkling as to what building or what circumstances might lead to his arrival, and see if we can steer the story that way a little bit. But otherwise he's going to appear at some point. So yes, the Anglo-Saxons are... What's happening? Look at this. So Mercia is not looking in the best of places right now. I'm glad I did in the end. I'm glad I did. But I still have to solve it properly because the microphone is still not full volume. It's still lower than it should be. And although I can probably offset this level with some tweaking through OBS's sound levels, it will start to lead to clipping. So I'll have to see if I can source a wire. And if I can't source a wire, I'm sourcing a new microphone, aren't I? This is not the time for this to happen. As I just explained, I'm getting a new garden, which is going to cost me a fortune. I could do without unexpected other expenses cropping up. But anyway, go forth. Next stream of this will be Tuesday. Quick turnaround. Eager to get back into the rhythm with this one and get some progress made. So how old am I? I'm 45. I've aged a couple of years. 2nd of March 869 AD. Let's see what the Golden Company get themselves embroiled in next. But it's really enjoying this. For those of you watching still, and those of you that might be watching the VOD afterwards, you can still head over to the Discord server and create a character to have them introduced. Theobald has turned out to be a very pivotal character, and actually a character without such. He's going to be my crutch now. Theobald, what's your little bird said about things? You know, we've got rhymes and ditties from Leonard. So yeah, please do create some characters. Get them in there. Let's get them in here. Create some flavour. Create some excitement. And, some stories. Feel free. Anyway, go forth. Enjoy the rest of your evening, folks. Tomorrow I'm tabletop gaming. I'm going to be cracking open my real life Gwent box card game, taking it to my friends, and we're going to have a blast of some Gwent. So I'll see what I can get up for you guys tomorrow. Probably nothing. But if I do manage to get a spare couple of hours somewhere in the busy day, sorting out garden quotes and stuff, I'll see if I can squeeze in a session of Cyberpunk. But if not, Tuesday, more of this, Cyberpunk later in the week. But have a good one, enjoy the rest of your evenings, and until next time, folks, see you soon.